Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
12 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
A toss play to Chubb. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
3rd and 4. 180. Heavy on the edges.
Throwing, Mayfield. And able to find Green. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 times. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. Able to slither by.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
45, Mike. Hey, exit. I got him.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
52's the mark, boys. 52. Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third line.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
He can't hang. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
In your face.
Big ass. 36. Regular.
Dalton here from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Richardson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Say. Hey, alert 3. My God.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And avoids the contact by sliding. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So we got man. He's coming.
They'll run with a rookie from Texas A&M. It's Travion Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Check 180. Check 52 to mine. Come on, D.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Bring it. Bring it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. 10, and they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This is caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Bullock's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And some room to work. A big chunk of yardage there. 37 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A run for Nick Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Switch, switch, switch.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Tackle made by Demarius Randall. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Check three, check three.
Here's Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a moment.
That's caught inside the 20. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, A little bit of run after catch for him. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Now left side on the swing pass. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Travion Williams, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go!
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Dalton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Hey, Wood.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Delta. Hey, let's get it. 93, 52, 93. Heads up.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Still on his feet. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted all day, baby. Yeah.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Alert, alert. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey,
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Flush to his right. Going deep here for Landry. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check 99. Check 99.
Chubb. And an alley to run. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Mayfield on play action. He'll buy some time right. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Rolling to his left. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Check 24. Check 24.
On first down, Hilliard, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Now Chubb running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Number 53. Mike 53.
play fake. Here's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Bravo. Check 53.
Now Dalton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Christian Kirksey in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Kevin Huber now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Landry. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Checking things elsewhere. 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
He's checking. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Landry now on the return. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! 52,
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield dancing to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Sean Williams. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Play action now, Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
25, check 25. Check.
Now Chubb. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Mayfield on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
What we got?
On 3rd down, Hilliard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Dontrell Hilliard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And now defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Dalton. Caught, Eifert over the middle. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Mayfield. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, though?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The offense on third down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
It's a gain of 32 yards. That's another first down.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them. and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is
Now we'll see what this offense can do as they'll get their first shot here with less than a minute gone by in the first quarter. On first down, Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run again with Love on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Back to throw, Lee.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lee. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lee. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. So here's the situation upcoming. 2nd quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover. A solid drive here has this offense in really good position. Can they finish the drive off? Let's find out. It's 1st and 10 inside the red zone. On first down, here's Love. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys... This offense has been clicking pretty well here in the first half. They've got the sizable margin. Now can they add to it here with a final drive in the second quarter? Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
On first down, Lee to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts team. So not much left here before we reach halftime as the offense is out there now hoping to put together a scoring drive before they head to the locker room. They'll start the drive with Love here. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the shotgun, here's Lee. Throw left side to Higgins. A good pickup there, a 22.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 6 yards away. And hit. So the situation, it's 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. On 3rd down, Dobbins, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards. So the situation, it's 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings him 4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll... A 3rd and 3 coming up with the ball inside the red zone. The defense with their backs against the wall a little bit. Can they hold up?
58, come on. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
That's complete. Right around the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. The quick slant caught. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Lee looks to throw. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. Running to start the drive is Love. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Bryce Love, 69 yards. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on 4th.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
4th down, Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Great job. Touchdown for Dan.
And that... It's a 2-score game in the 4th quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs a football. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Let's go.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately,
now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.